Nick and Lex here.
Hey everyone!
How's it going, guys? So tonight,
Yes!
I'm super excited because we're gonna do some soundtrack. We're gonna do some, movie music, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And I actually remember that when Metallica started to play, the Ecstasy of Gold is from that movie. So we're gonna do. This is the theme song. This is the good, the bad, and the ugly by the Danish National Symphony Orchestra live. I can't believe it. And this is a the Dan request for Dave.
Yes.
So, oh my God, thank you, Dave. This is going to be pretty interesting.
I'm excited about this. I can't wait. We are big movie buffs. We love listening to scores and soundtracks and commentary and things like that. So this will just increase our musical.
Yes, this was composed by Ennio Morricone. It doesn't say, it just says the performers, the soprano and conductor, but we do have to give credit where it's due. It was written by Ennio Morricone, and the movie director was Sergio Leone. And this is also the, what's his name? A very, very important director, Clint Eastwood. He starred, of course, in the movie. So here we go with the with the song, and enjoy. Thank you so much for being on Patreon and also, of course, on YouTube. Thank you, guys. Here we go.
Oh wow. Wow.
Wow, this is so different. I mean,
it's so cool to see how much work is involved into making
a
song that has strings, horns, percussion, electric guitar and bass,
but
the voices, how they layer each other.
Right, but that's so crazy because he started he's I think the only one who had electric guitar and bass and like the board and all these different instruments in a like symphony, you know. So it sounds very different from all the other guys like John Williams. Don't you think?
It definitely.
I mean,
does.
I've never seen an electric guitar. I don't even know what credentials you need to be in an orchestra
and
as
then
an electric
how
guitarist.
the tuning and how the like effects of the pedal and everything just sounds exactly how it's supposed to, like a I don't know, it has that sound from a surf, like
Right, the guitar.
I
Yeah,
can't
the guitar
describe it, but it's like you have to have this tuning, you have to have this effect on the
Yeah.
like.
It sounds like it sounds very cowboy. The guitar sounds like a surf guitar.
Yeah.
And then dum 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 bam.
Yeah.
That vibrato that he does with the tremolo.
It's perfect.
Yeah, it's so different. I love Ennio Morricone. I mean, there's so many great scores from him that are just like goosebump inducing.
Yes.
Really good. Like Once Upon a Time in America, Once Upon a Time in the West. Oof, so good.
Yeah.
And then this movie is epic. We have not been able to watch it. It's so long. I watched it once, I think on DVD, and we have had the Blu-ray, the 4K, digital. It's just one of those, you know, bucket list movies because it's so long, but it's also there's not a lot of talking in the movie. It's very long. It's very epic, but yeah. But yeah, I love the music. It's very different.
It's amazing. And the way that she whistles so perfectly, and she's got the scale that she's got to do. And it's just crazy because for many years I didn't know how to whistle. And then Nick like kind of taught me how to do it. And now it's like I can do it, but it's nowhere near the intensity that she has. But for me, it's crazy because sometimes I'll whistle and it'll come out perfectly. Other times I'll whistle and it's like, eh. So how does she get it to where it's that intensity, that perfect every time, you know, is awesome. But
I've always had this theory, if you can whistle something, then you can sing it. Or if you can sing it in pitch, then you can whistle it. Because it's basically, you know, your vocal cords just doing like this little trick.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I did like a little art whistling, and I don't know what video, but I think it was pretty cool. I think I did the Queen of the Night.
Yeah, at the end of a video.
Yeah. But yeah, that's.
But yeah, let's keep going.
Yeah.
This is awesome. I'm loving this. It's
Ennio Morricone, one of my favorite like composers. Let's continue. Ooh, the Ecstasy of Gold. That's the one we heard.
Yeah.
Wow. The way he delays the note.
I know.
Those guys are very lucky. Wow.
That was amazing.
That is just give me see. Here we go. I mean, yeah, and it's so I didn't know that it was both songs. Man, this is so good because I love that every time I listen to this, I think of Tarantino, because first I think Sergio Leone like made the 60s and 70s, you know, it's immortalized, right? And now during the 90s and 2000s, like Tarantino was like, well, you know, I'm gonna make this popular again. In his movies, you know, he uses a lot of Ennio Morricone, and it's so good. Yeah. And then seeing it on like Metallica on that day, that was also very cool.
That was awesome. I think that it was just very awe-inspiring to see all of the different instruments, all of the different people, all of the talent that is required to be able to deliver something like this, you know? And yes, we can play it whenever we want on Spotify or on our devices, but in order for that recording to have happened, this needed to happen. And it was beautiful to see. And yeah, you were thinking the same thing. I was, the people that were next to the soprano, they were like, they had a first class like seat there next to her, and I wonder why she was there. I don't know if it was because of the acoustics of everything, which is another something. I wonder if
they knew like, hey, you're gonna have like, I
don't know,
you're gonna, because
like when they bought the tickets.
I don't know. I don't think it would say, oh, soprano right here where you're sitting. I don't think so. I think they were pretty surprised.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it was very
beautiful
very
composition,
cool. And so many different sounds that were needed and different instruments that were created to deliver this sound. And
that oboe at the beginning, I think it's an oboe. The way it plays literally out of time, so cool. The way he wrote that, because it's like, but it's not in the. It's like kind of like, out of the time signature, but it's really cool because it's so effective.
It gives you that like floating effect, no? Where it's like kind of in between things, and
because she's like even like timing all the other instruments, and he's playing like in a different time signature, which is very effective. And also it sounds so like a legato, that instrument. I love it. And that piano. So it's so effective. This music is so good. I'm sure that's why Metallica used it. There was like, we need something like super epic
to open up
our concerts. And I think they were working with Michael Kamen when they were doing the symphony, Metallica with the symphony. I think he suggested it. Hey, why don't you open up with the Ecstasy of Gold? And that's like the scene in the movie is that epic one where you get all the close-ups of the eyes.
Yes.
Remember that?
Yes.
Have you ever seen that?
And we've seen that scene where it's like, you get
they're all like holding their gun, and you
this.
Yeah, you see Clint Eastwood's eyes, and he's like this,
and they're like standing in front of each other. Like,
so good.
Very cool.
Really cool.
This was a great request, Dave. Thank you.
He always has
much.
Good stuff.
Thank you for carefully choosing this. You knew that we would love this, and I'm curious to see what everybody else thought about it. You know, had you seen this before? Do you recommend that we watch the movie as soon as possible? I assume,
and I mean, I've heard this before, but I've never seen it, so that was like kind of like the cool thing. Actually, I think I bought you those concerts, Ennio Morricone in Munich, but this is not the one, but we should watch it.
Thank you everyone so much for watching this with us. Thank you, Dave. Thank you. If this was your first time watching, consider liking, subscribing. We'd love to see you all in the next one.
Thank you,
Bye,
guys.
Everyone.
Bye.